Hello, everyone, and welcome inside Desert Financial Arena for the Devil Source Postgame Show. I'm Blake Neiman here with Chris Cartman following Arizona State's 81-61 win over the Colorado Buffaloes, putting the Sun Devils now at 10-3 on the young season here in the 2024-25 campaign. And Chris, coming off a 20-point loss to BYU, Sun Devils with a big bounce back with a 20-point win tonight. Even without their leading scorer, Josan Sanin, still found a way to get it done in dominant fashion.
Yeah, that was concerning for ASU. Playing poorly against BYU. This is an important game for ASU to win because Colorado, second worst Ken Pom rating of all the teams that are going to play at DFA in the Big 12 this year. You don't want to fall to 0-2. Seven-man rotation because Austin Nunez, backup guard, also out for the season with a foot injury. Bobby Hurley said that Sandins has an ankle that he heard at BYU. He's questionable seemingly for the Kansas game on Wednesday. He also said that he thought there was a possibility that Sean Phillips might not play in this game, ASU's backup center, who ended up playing well in those reserve minutes because of a sore foot that he has. So down to a seven-man lineup. Really kind of blew the doors off of this Colorado team from the outset. They held Colorado's leading scorer to 0 points on 7 shots, Hammond, and did a good job of limiting second chance points, avoiding some of the things that have been problematic for them in some of their worst performances earlier this season.
And with Sanin out, BJ Freeman stepped in. 19 points for him, game high for him. And thinking about that, he got ejected later on in the game, which was kind of a head scratcher for you and me both initially. Ended up coming off a head screen, as he said, got his hand in an area that no one likes to be hit at, and ended up in a flagrant 2 foul.
Yeah, I didn't understand how the review of that led to a flagrant 2. He said he'd never been ejected from a game. Bobby Hurley had been asking him to do a better job of fighting through screens. He's trying to do that. His arm is there. His hand is in the groin region. I don't think that I personally didn't see intent to say that was a flagrant 2. Fortunately for ASU, it was late enough that it was irrelevant because of his strong performance and that of others earlier in the game. He had the first 3 assists for ASU. He made 3 of his first 6 3-pointers. I think he's shooting the ball better. Just overall pacing and rhythm of this offense looked quite good, and he was one of the most important factors.
And we talked about the offense and the success there. ASU's defense really clinching down on this Colorado Buffalo squad, just around 35% from the field and only 2 3-pointers through the entirety of the game. Really shows what this team needs to do and is capable of against high-scoring, high physicality Big 12 competition.
Yeah, like I said, ASU has given up too many second-chance opportunities, offensive rebounds, even when it has limited opponents. Colorado came in, shot the ball really poorly from 3. One of its first 11 was trailing by 23 points relatively midway through the first half. Looked like the game might be out of reach. Then Colorado had a 10-0 run near the end of the first half. That was the only real stretch offensively for Colorado that looked good, though. Second half, ASU again turned up its defensive intensity. Good job around the rim between Sean Phillips, Jaden Quainance, double-double for Quainance. Phillips had good minutes. Bashir Jihad has been just a really solid, good player for ASU as a power forward. Some of the areas that have been vulnerabilities for ASU look less so in this game. And that's what you need to do to be able to show that regular improvement in order to be able to pursue the goals that you have more broadly this season.
Taking care of business tonight. They know the road only gets harder from here against number 7, top 10 Kansas at Allen Fieldhouse, a place where Bobby Hurley has some positive history in his book.
Yeah, BJ Freeman talked about that being a dream for him, wanting to go play there. I was there when ASU beat Kansas, early on in Hurley's tenure. That kind of set things in motion. That was an undefeated non-conference that they had that first Guard U year. Kansas is gettable. Just lost to West Virginia at home on New Year's Eve. Also has a few losses this season, and so we'll see what the Sun Devils can do going up there.
We'll see if Bobby Hurley and company can make history once again at Allen Fieldhouse. They'll travel to Lawrence, Kansas next week to take on the Jayhawks. For Chris Cartman, I'm Blake Neiman saying so long from DFA as the Sun Devils win their first ever Big 12 home game in dominant fashion.